am W. Andrew Mullen, and I'm here to lay a little truth on you, at least as I know it. I've always been into sci-fi, especially since if you kind of look at things the right way, or at least if you make the correlations, that the past sci-fi of like the 60s and 50s and even before that is now a reality. I love that. That is so freaking cool. I mean, come on. James Bond had the first car phone. Now they're common. In fact, they're getting smaller all the time. Soon, like some people joke around and say, there'll be a little thing for the thumb, a little thing for the finger. It'll be talking like this. Thing will be virtual. Hello, Johnny. You know, stuff like that. But, what else? I like fantasy. Fantasy is good too. Fantasy always has explored the what-ifs. What could have happened if this was a reality? Makes the mind wish. Also, what else? Let me tell you a little bit about me. My main favorite color is purple. I'm a Southern California native. I've died twice. This is my third lifetime, technically. So, technically, I've always kind of wondered, if you die within your lifetime, well, let's say after 2 years you die, and then you're resuscitated. Do you start back at zero? I've always wondered that. Who knows? Anyways, I've died twice, and I don't plan to die for another 60 years. You know, figure I'd die around the hundreds. It'd be good for me. What else do I want to tell you about me? I like Cheerios. Like I said, I'm here to lay down a little bit of truth for you as I've known it. I watch a lot of Discovery Channel, a lot of History Channel. And like I said, I've died twice. Gives me a unique perspective on the afterlife. What else? Well, like I said, I've watched those things, and I've been able to make the correlation between what's been happening around the world, what aliens want from us, where the human race is going, where the human race has been, and where the, I guess, going, been, kind of leaves us where we are now. And if you want to know where we are now, look out the window. MapQuest yourself. Let's see. That's pretty much the basics of what I gotta say this time around. Like I said, I will be letting you know and telling you all sorts of stuff. Alright. Tidbit. You asked. Remember, you asked. I swear, you did. I heard you. You wondering what I know? Well, one thing I do know is that, let's see. One thing I do know about, let's say, NASA. The fact that they are currently working on a small unmanned spaceship to be sent out using solar winds as a propellant, which is cool. However, I recently did ask them if they're doing any gravitational wave research. Basically, I kind of figure that every celestial body in the universe has its own gravitational frequency, kind of like on a radio. So, if the navigation is able to pinpoint a certain frequency, the sail, the satellite with this sail, would be able to point itself to it and probably get there faster, using that gravitational frequency to pull it closer to that planet even quicker. Those are things that I know. Believe me, they're already at work in the universe. Things that also I know. We are not alone. And honestly, we've never been alone. Just look at our planet, you know? We have animals living in volcanic vents. That tells you how close to heat some animals can stand. Makes you really wonder about Venus. Right? Yeah, that's right. Because Mercury's too close to the sun, animals burn out too quickly. But towards the darker sides of Venus, or at least the darker areas of Venus, yeah, plant and animal life is possible. Same with Jupiter and Saturn. All within the range of possible. If you don't believe me about Saturn, then think about some of the underwater geological surveys that have been done that have turned up plant life. Ooh, think about it. Plant life on Saturn. Kind of makes you wonder what kind of ring, what else the rings has in store. Well, I think I told you too much already. But that's a drop in the bucket. Trust me. I know.